You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Tuesday, December 18th, 2018. I am Michael, your host. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. It's just about 11:15, 11:14 Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, folks. Tuesday morning. Got a lot to go over here, all right? Lots of news has been breaking. This is great. Still going to get to the coins. I got to get to these emails today. I got to do a special little show at some point today for you guys on that. And I will go over a few names and stuff's coming in. I'm going to do this more frequently. You guys really, it's been awesome. So going to be a couple lucky people getting that, the mods as well. So wanted to touch base before we get into this article here. I wanted to read. It's pretty big. In this whole journey we've all been on, all right? I like to consider myself a constitutionalist, all right? I'm not a Republican. I never really knew, but in all my research, I came to come out of left or right and just be for our Constitution and what has been amended over the years, and stand for basically the law. You can't go wrong. You can, but you got to obey the laws of the land. That's even said in the Bible. So I'm here to help. I got some notes just because I wanted to keep little reminder pieces to get into so I don't miss anything here. But folks, I have been doing research for years. All right. Like I said, I was in this place here in the middle. You got what's half the world believes or more than half. And then you got hope over here, what you would like to see. So like I said, with all my research and got really dark and known all these things and what I've come to believe to be true, I decided to start a channel and try to help. If I see an opportunity to fight for this country again, not in the service anymore, and help, I was going to do it. We have globalist versus nationalist at this point, all right? Trump, if you like to think everything is all bad, I'm just asking, then why does Trump want to keep our sovereignty? Well, that's a trick. Okay, now I have to go down other rabbit holes to see what he said. It's like calling him a racist, but he does all these great things for black people, and it's like, well, he's an undercover racist, but he keeps doing positive things for everybody, and eventually it doesn't add up either to say that he's this or that. So little things, we just got to look at the facts on certain things. So you got to ask these questions to yourself. Everybody, this is in general. Are you a globalist? Are you for this one world money and all these things that have been pitched this whole time? Are you that in tune with that now? Or are you, like for us here, we are a sovereign country, the U.S., all right? We did things not, to be sovereign. And we should have borders and enforce them. Can't have a fine line there. You're either for us being a country or just having open, anyone can flow in and out. And there's lots of other things that come with not being a sovereign country. All right. So you got to figure that out in your own self. I mean, I would think we're all here to help in a way, and everyone can do it in their own way. But there are some channels out there that just, attack like either the Q thing and to tell you that it's not real. And well, then what is? Why, can you point us in the path of what we should be doing or what we should be going over? Because if everything's bad and everything's evil and everything leads to this and that, I would say then, like, what is it? Is it all the guys Trump puts in executive orders to stop human trafficking, to literally punish people around this country anyway if you partake in and done anything that leads, and that's a broad spectrum. You got to look into all the branches that come off of human rights abuse. All right, they could have done a sexual kidnapping abuse, and now that narrows this executive order onto just a narrow thing. But no, they made it a broad spectrum of human rights abuse, and that entails many things. That again would be the exact opposite of what's been going on supposedly. Trump's wanting to secure the border Oh, that's to keep us in. Okay, well, I believe it's to keep, the human trafficking and the drugs that kill people, the fentanyl that's coming in, all these bad things. I know we used to get a lot of marijuana smuggled up in the borders down south, but we're doing that here now. Good weed is prevalent for everybody if that's what you do. You don't need to get the Mexicali weed. It's, folks, got to use logic here. So, and if I'm that duped to be thinking, and it has really nothing to do with Trump or Q anymore, it's just like the right thing. If I hear somebody's trying to take down human rights abuse around the world, and there's people in the United States like out arming to do that would to me be the elite, the cabal, or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit idle and think that is bad. There's something more coming from them not harming kids, but it's gonna be down the road. I'm here now. I only got a certain amount of time to live, and I would think it's foolish to not do anything if I could. So we're here to help the world, help the United States, eventually the world, make it a little bit better, keep our sovereignty, be a country, and a nationalist. If you don't add anything in front of it, that just means you have great love for one's country, for your sovereignty, for your flag. You can be comprised of many different faces and backgrounds like we are. I love it. We keep bringing in legal immigration. I'm not against legal immigration. You got illegal immigration and legal immigration. People like to blend it in every conversation, and it's a total different thing. Even the legal immigrants that came from these places don't like the illegal ones. They did it the right way. They have an honor in that. So just look at some of them facts, and I think you'll come to a real good peace, an inner peace, because it's logical. And I don't care what you do. You can have channels where all you do is try to dispute everything on for us Q-tards or whatever. I think it's beyond that. We don't really need Q anymore. We just need all eyes, everyone. What if the swamp does get drained more? All these people that aren't, who's going to be taking over these positions? Are they going to be good patriots that for love and country, or is it, for love of other country? I mean, there's a fine line here, folks. You take an oath to our Constitution. And to sit back and, for me personally, to not do nothing anymore, I'm just trying to help everybody learn some of these facts. There's been lots of things imposed on us. We have a constitution, but yet we have another one that was put into play in the 1870s for DC, and it's you got to look into that one. How the laws they put into that one look like some of them go exactly against ours, and they're supposed to not do that. It's worded really funny. So we're working on a project on that to bring some of that to show you as well. But hopefully all this is the kind of things that will be fixed. This is the issues, folks, at hand. All right. Okay, we got a story here I want to bring up. We finally got the special counsel Mueller final releases the original 302. All right, this is, I think it's unbelievable, folks. So the more disgraceful special counsel Team Mueller has finally forked over the U.S. District Attorney, the District Court in Washington, D.C., the original 302. All right, Flynn's got court today over this judge wanted to see this. The original document with regards to interview the FBI had with the National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. A 302 form is a document that the FBI agent must fill out after doing an interview. The form is supposed to capture everything the agent experienced during the interview, so fading memories of the event don't cause problems in the future. Prosecutors claim that Flynn lied in the interview about not asking then Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak to refrain from retaliating against the U.S. in return for sanctions imposed by the outgoing Obama administration over alleged interference in the election, and that he lied about not asking Russia to oppose the UN Security Council resolution declaring Israel's presence in Jerusalem to be a violation of the international law from which Obama abstained. It is impossible to judge definitely whether Flynn lied to FBI without seeing the transcript of this conversation with Kislyak. A classified transcript in which his name was unmarked by yet an unnamed Obama administration official, so that his name could be leaked by an administration to the Washington Post. A crime yet to be punished. Concerning his work with the DOJ personnel, particularly the FBI agents involved in the Flynn case, you can't believe anything that Mueller has reported. Robert Mueller is a dirty cop, and once a dirty cop, always a dirty cop. He is not believed to be believed or trusted in anything he does, thanks to his less than stellar past. We reported that fired and disgraced former FBI agent Peter Strzok did the interview with Michael Flynn, and subsequently wrote up the 302 form. Right there, he told fired and disgraced former FBI Director James Comey and fired and disgraced former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe that he believed Flynn was telling the truth during his interview. Andrew McCabe then altered Strzok's 302 document, which is a felony, to make it appear that Flynn lied. This is a classic Mueller-style investigatory work. By accusing Flynn of lying to the FBI, which is known as a process crime, by the way, Mueller was able to put the squeeze on Flynn by threatening to prosecute him if he didn't give up the goods on President Trump. When Flynn didn't have anything to give up, because there was never any collusion between President Trump and Russia, Mueller began to squeeze him even harder, costing the man thousands of dollars in legal fees to defend himself. Eventually, Mueller actually threatened to go after Flynn's own son, who had nothing whatsoever to do with Trump's campaign. And that's when Flynn cut his losses and pleaded guilty to lying. I still don't believe he lied to the FBI, and that he only said he did to make the attacks from Team Mueller stop to save his family. Folks, I just did a video over that. He lied about lying. So the original 302 found here, we'll click that, shows Flynn as eager to help and provide information to the FBI about his conversations with Kislyak. He told the FBI agents that he had called Russia and other countries to ask where they stood on the UN vote, but not any request of, hey, if you do this, though, we'll do this. So we'll take a look at this here. It's, I think like 6 pages or 10 pages. But yeah, it looks like it's open here. On January 24th, 17, Deputy Assistant Director Dad Peter Strzok II and blank interviewed United States U.S. National Security Advisor Michael T. Flynn, date of birth, redacted, at his office at the White House. After being advised of the identities of the interviewing agents and the nature of the interview, Flynn provided the following information. So Flynn's first invitation to Russia occurred when he was director of the Defense Agency, DIA, and it just goes over, he met with that Sergey. You guys, this will be linked. Flynn stated his second trip to Russia after he left the U.S., prior to the presidential inauguration, sometimes prior to Christmas of 16, after Christmas, heavily redacted. So this story just kind of highlights it. So this original one that we're on shows Flynn eager to help and provide information to the FBI about his conversations with this Kislyak. He told the FBI agents he called Russia, and we just went over this, and he didn't ask, he said he didn't do anything else other than what he did was fine, I guess. Flynn also told the agents he never discussed the Obama administration's impending actions against Russia and had not been informed of them at the time of his call with Kislyak because he was on vacation in the Dominican Republic without access to televisions, news, or working government-issue smartphone. He also said he did not recall specifically telling Russia via Kislyak, don't do anything. That's all in the 302. So what's this lying to the FBI nonsense? A source in the intelligence agency who viewed the transcripts of Flynn's conversations with Kislyak told NPR, a left-of-center news source back in February 17, that they didn't show any criminal wrongdoing by General Flynn. I don't think Flynn knew he was doing anything wrong. Flynn talked about sanctions, but no specific promises were made. Flynn was speaking more in a general, maybe we'll take a look at this going forward terms, the intelligence source told the NPR. This could be why Mueller's report was released recently suggested that Flynn not receive any prison time, because he knows they screwed the general over 6 ways to Sunday. If there is any justice in this world, the exculpatory evidence found in the newly released original 302 document should have Flynn's guilty plea rescinded and investigation started against Robert Mueller. But don't hold your breath for justice. share this and at least let America know exactly how dirty Robert Mueller is. Well, we all know that. We already all know that. And I hear it all the time with these people, you know. They were in the service and they did, well, you know, I don't take anything away when they were real young or if they got involved, you know, might have done honorable time and been heroes. It seems like they all have the hero story built up around them, but fine. If that's what it is out of, you know, we get the people that are heroes out of the service and those are ones that go on to get into, but you know, at any point you get bribed, blackmailed. This is how the system works, supposedly, folks. So I don't really have all those answers. We look at things, and when things don't add up logically with actual news, we don't know how much truth we're getting from even the news, but this is what we have to go off of. All right, I want to take a couple minutes here over a few Trump tweets. This is pretty good ones. Russia Dossier reporter now doubts dopey Christopher Steele claim. So I don't know if this was the original guy, Russia Dossier reporter, now doubts it. He doubts this whole dopey Christopher Steele's claims. When you get into the details of the Steele dossier, the specific allegations, we have not seen the evidence to support it. There's good grounds to think that some of the more sensational allegations here will never be proven and are likely false. Thank you to Michael Iskoff, Yahoo, for honesty. See, he actually thinks. What this means is that the FISA warrants and the whole Russian witch hunt is a fraud and a hoax, which should be ended immediately. Also is paid for by crooked Hillary and the DNC. And he's been screaming this the whole time. Is he about to be right? Gotta think, folks. It's getting ready to be something here where it's either... So Michael Iskoff was the first to report on the dossier allegations and now seriously doubts them. Everyone ran with this guy when he reported, oh, this guy's good, da-da-da. Now he's coming back out and saying this. Are they going to agree? Well, he's wrong now. The whole Russia collusion thing was a hoax, folks. But who is going to restore the good name of so many people whose reputations have been destroyed? Who's going to do it? Hopefully the same dirtbags that took it down, that started this whole witch hunt. Yeah, we can call it that. So we gotta move forward here. And you're gonna think here shortly either Trump, all his tweets in the last year or so have been wrong, and we already seen it, folks, time and time again. Oh, I can't believe Obama. How did this even come out? How do we all get to know even a little bit about this crooked crap? All the other stuff going on as well. It's been projections from day one. Everything that they did wrong, they threw to him because they knew the talks would come out and they wanted to just change it. They're trying their typical lie. All of it's true. It was just them doing it. They changed it to be Trump was doing it. That's typically how their lies go. So that's what's happened here. Either the media's been right all along or Trump's been right. And it'll be almost, there's a middle area. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong. Somebody's got laws set up to protect human rights and people, upgrades to the military tribunals, all these positive things. You know, what if we got the next president would to come in, could be a Republican or a Democrat, deep state, and be like, oh, the first order of business is to get rid of this human rights executive order that Trump put in. Human rights protection and taking people's property for being involved in that. We don't need that. That would be very clear, wouldn't it? Their agenda. So, and if it's that clear that somebody would rip it out of there, and that's their agenda, what would be for somebody's agenda to put that in? To take the time to put that in, just for looks and shits and giggles. It's an executive order, folks. All right, I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide. We'll see you back here real soon. I don't know if the Flynn thing is going to be public. If it is, that's awesome, and I'm going to stream it. So I'm going to be looking into that right now. Other than that, have a great morning going into our afternoon. I'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update.